All right, welcome to Sonic Lobotomy. This is the cable TV show about punk rock, featuring punk rock bands, and tonight we have one of my favorite bands from all around Boston, different parts of Boston. It's Jason Bennett and the Resistance. Take it over, guys.
Sorry guys, my name's Jason. These guys are the Resistance.
And there's more to being a leader than calling yourself a politician. Yeah, when the scales fall down from our eyes, Freud reveals some motivation and lies. They're not interested in doing what's right, but do what they have to. When the scales fall down from our eyes, Freud reveals some motivation and lies. They're not interested in doing what's right, but do what they have to.
We are here with Jason Bennett and the Resistance, one of my favorite punk bands from the Boston area. And it's a pleasure to have you guys in the studio today on Sonic Lobotomy. Thank you for showing up.
Thanks for having us, TJ.
We're going to have you perform shortly, but first let's talk about some of the material in your songs. Open Letter to a Arrogant Politician. Now, I read the lyrics to that one, and I was floored by it. We all agree with what you have to say. What inspired you on that song?
Really, it came about the way most of our songs do, which was I would just sort of hits me, and you just sort of do it. You're thinking about the position that you're in, and you know the way your life is, and the things that are affecting it. And that was one of the things that I just thought up, and I just sort of wrote it. That was one of the ones that really came out very quickly. It's that almost sometimes feeling of powerlessness over certain aspects of the greater aspects of your life. You know, you can control the things that directly affect you, but there's a lot that indirectly affects you that we don't always have a lot of control over, especially when you know, a lot of the country gets polarized over I don't want to say trivial issues, but the things that aren't as important as other issues, and it tends to sort of divide us up a little bit. And I don't necessarily feel like, especially after the 2004 election, that the people that were running this country had any respect or regard for the people that actually lived in this country. And that's really why I wrote that song.
I'll work for this country.
Or work for this country, right?
Yeah, I can see your point.
The majority of the people that call themselves Americans, it's not necessarily, you got people that identify themselves as right and identify themselves as left. And, they're the polarizing opposites to the electorate. I think the majority of us are somewhere in the middle trying to, earn a decent living and have a little bit of money left over at the end of the week. And it's those guys and those decisions at all levels, from local all the way to federal, that what they do affects us. And when they can become elected by polarizing everybody and letting those people on either side, on the left, the far left and the far right, decide who gets in office, the rest of us, which, like I said, is the 300 million people in this country, and 298 of them don't believe in the far extremes.
Do you feel in your music, you feel like you're a mouthpiece for that the general population, the working class population?
I wouldn't necessarily say we're a mouthpiece for the working class population specifically. I mean, I think
that's all we know.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't say
we're a mouthpiece. We're speaking from the experiences that we've had.
Yeah,
and that's really all we can do.
I was thinking about being gangsters with millions of dollars. And stuff like
right?
that.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think it's because we don't know that.
Right.
But there's been periods where all four of us haven't technically been working class because we didn't have jobs.
Yeah, that's true. How can you be part of the working class?
I mean,
then you're unemployed class.
Right. Well, there's that too. But I think it's not necessarily like, it's not working class. Again, it's the same thing. It's the majority of the people in this country work for a living, are decent people that really don't expect a whole lot for nothing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we grew up with a tradition of that kind of music.
in this situation, Jason and the Resistance, do you bring the lyrics in and the other guys collaborate, or I'm interested in the creative process.
These two can say whether this is true or not, but usually it's me bringing in an idea, maybe with some of the lyrics, maybe with none of them, and Ryan and I yelling at each other for a couple of practices until we...
Well, tension
Until it
creates
hammers it out.
creativity.
Massacre a song.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes, you know, one of the songs we're going to do tonight, Ryan and I were trying to figure out a bass line for a different song and went, that's not what we were supposed to be playing, but that worked. And it just, I mean, over the course of that night, the pieces literally, like, I started to play while talking to him about something completely different and went, wait a minute, that's the part we need for that. So, I mean, and then, you know, Mike and Jimmy come in after Ryan and I have sort of worked out those parts, and I'll put the melody line to it and write the lyrics, and these guys come in and, you know, give their 2 cents and add their parts in afterwards. So, I mean, it is definitely collaborative to a degree.
What song was it, by the way, that you're talking about, that you just wrote?
Is it the new song?
No title for it?
Not even titled.
No, it does have a title, but
Because I noticed on the list, I asked these guys to provide me with a list of the set list they're going to play tonight, and on the set list there's song number 5 is a new song whose title I'll have tomorrow. Well, here we are tomorrow, and you don't have the title.
I know, and I wasn't thinking about that one. I was thinking about
Well, what's the
another
song
one.
about? What's the song about?
Pretty much sitting.
Loosely.
It's not the same thing all over this thing. It's actually it's about people that I've grown up with and I've known that were intelligent, creative people that were never interested in, you know, doing what our parents did. You know, get up, go to work in the morning, do what they have to do, come home at night, we eat dinner, watch TV, go to bed, and do the same thing, and do that for 40 years. You know, some of the people that I've known said, I'm gonna, you know, one of our good friends, Banks in New York.
Yeah.
He's a very successful artist because he said, I'm not gonna do that. And he hasn't, and he's a very wealthy man now because of it. And I've had some other friends that were that smart, that were that creative, that never quite got that successful due to various reasons.
Yes.
You know, whether it was, you know, they grew up so damn poor they just didn't know how to do it, or you know they had mental illness that didn't allow them to do it, and some of them are digging ditches, and some of them
Like
are
wasting talent
on
almost.
welfare. Yeah, it's absolute waste of talent. But the lyrics are about the conditions that lead to somebody that talented not being able to do what they want, and a lot of the time it's because when they're, you know, a kid into their 20s, no one ever went to them and said, you know what, you're talented and I appreciate it and I think that you can do this.
Yeah, creativity needs reinforcement because it's self-confidence.
Well, the song's about some of the people that didn't really recognize that they had that, or, you know, needed some further support and further encouragement, and they just, you know, they've never done it, or, you know, they
Push in the right direction. So.
yeah, or, you know, I had some friends that were painters and sculptors that were horrendously talented.
Yeah.
Were told they were horrendously talented, and then told, you know, but, you know, went to school, went to college, won grants, and were told by everyone else they knew, other than people like us, you know, go get a job driving a forklift so you can pay the bills.
Yeah.
And they said, well, I got these grants. You know, some of them are dead, and they're dead specifically because our society doesn't value things like that to the degree it should. And, you know, their personal circumstances just didn't allow them to do what somebody like Banks has done, or what some of our other friends have done. So that's what the song's about.
Right.
Just some brand new song. We should be recording in a couple of weeks. This is for my friends that have been in Iraq, my friends that are still in Iraq. It's called Edge of the World. I sit with my head in my hands, so I watch the world up again. I'm glad it's not survived. think of a country family dying in inspired country, and the body bags coming back home, and it makes me sad. Meanwhile, the city streets have become a bore. You can see the bodies fly right up. We can fight democracy in so foreign land, but when it comes to us, we're ready not to go around. Oh, you now, you someone like you. It's time to stop wrongs, and no one's trying. Oh, everybody's broke. Steps to the edge of the road. Nothing back on you. I gotta set the body down. Red and blue, black and white. We're all sitting in the end. That's it, when it's time, you go back home. When you're ready to stand together, then come on in. I know you take them. I know this for sure. I mean, we're alright.
Tell me about the song "Edge of the World."
That's a new one. That song's actually,
I have no idea what it's about, so I'm interested to hear this.
I wrote that song about some friends of mine that got sent to Iraq. One of them is still there. Two of them have come back. Actually, Alex in the Ivy League that we played with in North Carolina, it was a Marine that was in Fallujah. And I had seen him on tour. We were on tour in New Jersey, in Delaware, right before he left. And when he came back, we played with him in Wilmington, North Carolina.
It's good to see him alive still. Yeah.
Yes, I was very happy, and I still have
All
one.
one piece,
I still have one friend that's there that's going to be there for quite a long time. And I wrote "Edge of the World" for those guys. I wrote "Edge of the World" to communicate the fact that those guys are soldiers and they do what they're asked to do, and that's what every single one of my friends that's in the military has said. They're like, look, I can disagree with this, I can agree with it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This is my job and this is what I do, and you guys are the ones that send me to do it.
Yeah.
And if it's good or bad, it's really
You have
your
to
decision.
respect them for.
Oh, definitely. You're gonna support them too.
So that song was
They're
saying,
younger than us, and
right?
so-
And that, no, go ahead.
No, that's definitely you're gonna stand by them. You know what I mean?
And that was the point. Is,
Yeah.
you know, I'm glad that I'm not there and you are, because I don't want to be the one getting bombed. On the other hand, I want you to come home.
I see no fire in the sky. I see whole ass being talking gasoline satellite. And all the lamps by the gallows on high. See last plastic sea as gas touch the end tonight. Oh, I don't know what the future will look like. It should be more and more active. Oh, I was sitting around in the drops of the east end, yeah. The clock is strict, second closer to 12. My sister's crash back, we get back to the beginning. I hope there's something one of these days. I know to play by ourselves. I hope there's something one of these days.
Drummer question.
All right.
Who do you like as far as what's your influence as far as drummers in different bands?
My favorite drummer is Keith Moon. That's
Yeah.
just a given. I don't play anything like the guy, but I was always impressed with how he played. I play like a lot of cymbals like he does, a lot of accents and flourishes and stuff. I just try to.
You can drink like him, Mike.
What?
Yeah. You can drink like him.
Yeah.
Very good.
I just try to fill out the song. I make the song work.
Yeah, you're not just
I
hitting
hit
the
hard
snare.
and I hit right on. I just want to be the foundation. That's all I want to do.
Very good, Mike. Jim, you're in another band also
Yeah.
that's been around for maybe a good 10 years already, right?
A decade almost.
Yeah, the Pug Uglies.
Yeah.
So you're doing double time.
Yeah. Since when Jason broke his finger a while back, he's like, "Yeah, I want to just fill in, do some rhythm," because Matt, just Suspect Device, Matt Walsh is playing guitar with him still, and I was like, "Yeah, come on, join them." I was like, "I'll do it for a couple months," and they're like, "Yeah, sure." And I went out and played a show in New York with them, and that was cool, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stick around for a little bit longer," and then I went on tour with them, and I was like, "All right, this is it. I'm working and playing the Pugs." And I'm still here.
All right.
But I like them. I love playing this band. I love these guys. So it's just, I love the Pugs too. So I mean, it's just something in me. I just can't give it up. I just love doing it. Wear myself thin, but you gotta live once, though, you know.
We really did have a great time this summer.
Yeah, it was cool.
I think that was.
It was worth it.
We
It was
came
worth
back
it,
from
yeah.
that. We all went, yeah, we can keep doing this.
Yeah, when you're touring in a station wagon, it bonds you.
we were in the luxury
Yeah,
van
Pacifica
by
is
then.
it's not a very punk rock station wagon, the Pacifica.
Yeah.
Ryan, how'd you hook up with Jason and the Resistance?
It was me.
Yeah, just a lot of pints of Guinness, and it's like one of these days, we're going to get something together. And there was talk of me joining Suspect Device, and the timing just wasn't there. Then we ran into each other at a bar and said, "Hey, this is what we got going on. Let's do it."
Mike and I had started playing, and we needed a bass player, and I, out of the blue, happened to run into Ryan and go, "Hey,
Very good.
do you want to do this?" And he went, "Yeah, sure, I'll come down."
All right, then one more question. We're in the city here, Boston. There's probably 100 punk bands in this town. Who do you think the cream of the crop is as far as the bands that you're seeing and you're playing out with nowadays out of this town?
I mean, there's obviously people that I consider, some of my closest friends that I think are fantastic bands that are not only fantastic bands, but also push me to do better. Jimmy's in one of them.
The Pugs, yeah.
Yeah,
Pug Uglies,
absolutely.
Thank you.
I think the Blue Bloods.
Blue Bloods are other good friends of
band,
ours.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Blue Bloods, very good band.
Obviously, as an ex-employee, the Street Dogs are good friends of ours.
Yeah.
I'm not an ex-employee, but Ryan is.
You did some work for the Street Dogs?
Yeah, I had the pleasure of carrying their gear for them.
All right.
For a couple of tours.
But thank you. There's people that when they put out a record and I listen to it and go, man, they really did things on it. I listen to it to learn from almost. People like the Ducky Boys,
Yeah.
who are Mark's a very good friend of mine, and I definitely listen to his records that way.
Do you think there is a Boston sound? A lot of people liken the way the similarities in sounds that a lot of the Boston bands have to maybe the Seattle scene when grunge started, and I mean it's kind of I've always felt being in a band in Boston it's unfair to be pigeonholed, but it's kind of unavoidable that there is some commonality that you can hear.
I think there's a lot of good rock and roll music coming out of Boston too.
Is there something in the water?
It's not just. I don't think it's just like.
There's other bands.
It's not like this. It's not like you get your street punk and you get your oi and you get your punk rock but I think there's like a lot of like rock and roll, like that band Wild Zero. They were a great rock and roll band, I think. Like
The
Trash
Dents
Boys,
or
the
no?
Dents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Trash Boys. I mean,
This is a lot of there's so much music. There's like a nucleus. Hopefully other states and other cities can feed off it because I think there's a lot of great music in Boston right now.
I think they see us coming a mile away. they can tell no matter what kind of music we're
Far
playing.
from Infinity, all these
Yeah,
bands.
as soon as they know we're from Boston, you know, you got more than a foot in the door right there because they know that Boston rock and roll is good.
And isn't it good to be here now at this time?
Oh,
with
sure.
the scene.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go out and play the Abbey, or you know,
you
on
going
a
to,
Saturday
like-
night, you know it's going to
Like
be
a
full.
family reunion, you see all your
Yeah,
friends,
yeah,
like
friends.
So it's a good scene.
Yeah,
You don't
it's cool.
quite always get that at a smaller town out, you know, somewhere else.
no, that's the downfall of going out doing those shows in smaller towns and stuff like that. Even though you play to 10 or 15 kids or 20 kids, and they might have the time of their life, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But then you come back to Boston, you play, you know, in front of like 50 and 60-year-old friends, or maybe like 300 people at Axis or whatever. Like, they're just like, this is home, this is cool, this is what they came out for. It's good to be part of it.
How about Goodbye to USA? That's a pretty bleak title for a song.
It's actually an upbeat song, though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the
That's my
Smiths.
favorite
You ever listen to a Smith song and
That's
it sounds
Jimmy's
like it's
favorite
happy,
song.
and then you read the lyrics and you're like, wow, this Morrissey lyric is miserable, you know? Yeah.
He's
It's
really
the kind of that's my.
So Goodbye to USA is
I actually wrote that to be funny.
yeah.
It's supposed to be funny. It
true
was
story,
basically,
isn't it?
yeah. Well, it's partially true. I updated it to be more recent, but yeah, there was a time where I went, "The hell with this place. I'm gonna go live in Europe."
Yeah.
You know, people run and live in this country out of their minds. I'm gonna beat it. And then I went to Europe and traveled around Europe.
And then you said, wait,
"Oh,
this
these
is
people are worse."
And I come back.
That makes
And I
sense.
came back. Yeah.
All right, and to juxtapose the title of that song, we've got a song called "Hope Dies Last," which seems optimistic to me.
Which is that's actually started from a true story, and these guys know it because I've introduced the song that way a number of times. And it's a silly story to get that song from. I don't really understand how I made the connection from one to the other, but I was walking home one day in Roxbury, and there were these kids, little kids, like standing on the main street and the side street, and I cut up the side street to get to my house. And the youngest one, he was about 6 years old, was whipping rocks at rush hour traffic going down the main. Now it's a two-way street. It's the middle of the city. You know, they're not like driving 60 miles an hour like the highway. They're going like 25 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
And he's throwing rocks from just far enough back on the from the intersection that if you hit your car, you wouldn't necessarily, you'd look, you wouldn't see who it was.
Yeah.
And the older kids are encouraging him and laughing. And every time he hit a car, this little kid went, "This is America!" And I went, "What the hell does that have to do with throwing rocks?" But I thought it was hilarious as I'm like looking over my shoulder.
Beat the time
I just thought,
my car.
I just couldn't believe they were doing this, and I didn't understand how he got, you know, his 5 or 6 year old head got "This is America" after beaming a car with a rock, and he kept doing it. I'm walking down the street and I'm looking over my shoulder watching him still doing this, thinking, and I got home and I started laughing. I went to tell Kristen, who was my girlfriend at the time, and I said, "You gotta go see this," and she went, "That's not funny at all." She said, "If the kid did that to me," she said the same thing, "I would have gone out and chased him down the street."
Yeah.
So you'll know it's that song because he literally says all that.
In the song.
Well, I can't say it tonight.
Faces.
I'm gonna have to say something else tonight. TJ just forced me into making up a new intro to that song on the spot.
Hey?
Saw kids standing on the corner, throwing rocks and cars and losing everything. It was so absurd that made me laugh. Go ahead, I told you you didn't think it was funny. As I did, I still smiled every time I did. Take it from the end, not again. You swear 'cause it's saying what you need to be from you. And I'm stupid holds and trees. Go crashing with headfirst in reality. Let's stick our hand and we'll walk up now. Who's in the end of the side? Street, I tried to shot down the sky. In the end, didn't really do me. I have much good, but I still have a damn good time. Hey, I'm talking about everything that I've done and the things that I did. The ones so bad, the ones who won't let me. Yeah, and hopefully, the end of my lose. That's some fun I've got. That's a part of my conviction. Get me that more. Let's shake my hand and we'll walk down the house and see the end of that time. And I hope that one day all this madness and injustice fades away. We get all into the purpose so we choose purity and take a drink of the sky, please. Of history. Perfect place you have to be. Not only sadness and all, I can show you that you can. That's a season of possible. Just so we get to where we made outside. Having started from the talking board, they can't get rich, war and fire. I believe in the custom streets, bachelors, exploited, and profit of a human life.
you guys have chosen to do a couple of cover songs tonight.
Sure.
One by the great Woody Guthrie, one of the first guys to write lyrics that have some bite to them, some political relevance. And another one by probably one of the most relevant, politically relevant punk bands, The Clash. Can you elaborate on them as influences?
Well, I'll do Woody, and then you guys do The Clash. How's that?
All right.
I was playing the Woody Guthrie song. I started to do the Woody Guthrie song because I played a night that was a Woody Guthrie tribute night. And I was trying to pick songs to do it, and I realized that the Woody Guthrie song, if you play it the way I would play it on an electric guitar solo, is the exact same thing as a Billy Bragg song.
Yeah.
So I started playing it for that reason, but the lyrics, I mean, Woody's, Woody Guthrie's, Woody's the original punk.
Yeah.
This is a guy that went, I'm not getting a job. I'm not going to school. I'm going to go travel around the country, hitchhike, and jump trains, and play my music for people because people like it. This is a guy that went to New York and got an interview in the Rainbow, got hired, said you're going to have a salary, but we're going to dress you up like a country clown,
yeah.
and you're going to play these songs. And this was a chance to support his, he had 3 kids and a wife, and he said, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, he actually wrote "This Guitar Kills Fascists" on his guitar.
And he
that was
walked
back in the 40s and 50s, right?
He walked out of the Rainbow after being offered the job, and they're talking about how they're going to do him all up, and he started playing guitar, and he walked out and he said, "Can you tell me where the men's room is?" And they said, "Yeah, it's down the hall." And he started to walk down the hall and made sure they weren't looking, went back the other way to the elevators, got in the elevator, and walked through the lobby playing a song that he had made up on the spot about how you're not going to tell me how I'm going to do this, and went walking out into New York, and eventually had a mob following him.
Very nice.
So that's why we picked that one.
Songs by Woody Guthrie from Okemo, Oklahoma. It's called I Ain't Got No Home. Well, I ain't got no home, just a rambling around. I'm just a migrant worker. I roam from town to town. The police put
You guys picked the Clash song. I didn't.
Yeah, Clash, musically, lyrically, a huge influence on me growing up.
It's like all of us.
Yeah, I don't know a punk kid that would tell you different.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really into the bass lines, all over every album.
Yeah, that Paul Simonon. Yeah,
Yeah,
he was.
it's
amazing.
It's challenging to play and sing. So
Yeah. Oh, so you sing it also?
No, just play.
No.
No, I'll be in the corner just trying to hack through it.
You guys have done your share of touring all across the East Coast, as far as I've seen.
Yeah, we did. We've gone to New York. We've gone to upstate in a Pacifica, which I had a broken hand, so we actually had another.
That's like
guitar
a station wagon.
Yeah, I had a broken left hand.
hands?
Yeah, there were 6 of us. We had
You had a broken hand?
I had a broken left hand, so I couldn't play the guitar. That's how Jimmy ended up playing with us.
Oh, okay.
And we had Matt Walsh from Suspect Device playing lead guitar. We had Jimmy, and we had a roadie, Ryan and Mike and me, and a Pacifica with all of our gear.
All the gear on people.
Yeah.
On their laps for 7 hours.
And no one complained.
9 hours on the way back.
Yeah, 9 hours on the way back.
Road to Armageddon. What's that one about? Armageddon, the end of the world.
Yeah. That's the feeling. What I was trying to say is, we're all sort of stuck in this. Whatever happens, and it's not necessarily because we're in a war or anything like that, but there's certain things that tend to happen over your lifespan. It's, every once in a while, you kind of look at your friends and your family and go, geez, we're kind of screwed.
Yeah.
And it was trying to communicate that feeling of, as long as we're all screwed together, then we'll make it out of this because we'll support each other and we'll manage to get through this.
Very nice.
So
We're all going down.
Yeah, we're all going down, so we might as well all go down together.
All right.
Enjoy the ride.
In our streets, I see war and death. Chance. The ideas of success story anymore. That's the world where you used to be. Never sees destruction and war. Road to Armageddon. Do you take me? Such a fool, I don't know that there's no destiny. There's a situation I can for anyway, and all I've got is you and me. Yeah. I see bodies in the streets, see war and madness, place to live. Smiles out there, seems to be the life we share. That's what a generation gone between the greatest ever came there. And we have to make our way as we travel through these times. Road to Armageddon. I'll see you down the road. I'll see you down the road. I'll see you down the road. Take you on the road.
The song "Under the Guns."
Under the Guns is an old song. That song is actually written about this country's war on poverty, war on crime, and I really kind of felt like the war on poverty and the war on crime are more accurately called the war on the poor, because that's who's victimized by most of them. They don't do anything to help anybody that's poor. They don't do anything to help anybody that's committing crimes. They lock you up.
That's our last song, guys. This one's called Under the Guns. Thank you.
Thank you.
See the glory in the war that's going on. It's one side's for the other side's for the They'll throw you in the army, or that's poverty. If that doesn't work, we lock you up in the land of the free. Everything you said, there's nowhere on, there's nowhere. your beliefs. We don't break your trust against the home. Hearing fight beyond the other streets. You think they hesitate, you think you know. I stand close. Watch the love, stand by it. Love the God, your answer. Take your notice, swept in the fight go. I run away, I war and hide. Stay in the city till the walls come tumbling down. Shoot for the winter season like I go. I've been through lots of love, stand by me. I've got no answer. Take your notice, hands up like a wild monster. I go.
Talk about the CD. You have a new CD forthcoming.
Yes.
Where? First off, where are you going to record it?
We're going to record it at Camp Street Studios in Somerville with Paul Coldry.
Okay.
It's about a week, a little more. It's just about 2 weeks, actually. From tomorrow night, it's 2 weeks. We're going to go in. We're going to do probably 4 to 6 songs that have never been recorded before. And then we're planning on going and doing 3 to 4 of them. I think 2 that haven't been recorded and 2 that we did record in the same session, and we're going to do those acoustic with the full band.
Oh, good.
So we're going to have, 4 to 6 and then 3 or 4 done each way.
All right. Great. Well, I wish you good luck with it.
Thanks.
And when you get the CD recorded, are you going to try to get it out on a label? And
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that's the whole point. That's why we're going in with Coldry. I've recorded solo with him before.
Yeah.
And he had said, it's great stuff. He said, for demos, and he said, now go out and find a bunch of guys to play this stuff with you.
Very good.
And he's still looking.
Yeah, I'm still looking.
All right, guys, fantastic set. Thanks for playing. It was a pleasure to have you here. Everybody, Jason Bennett and the Resistance. Make sure you check them out live when they play around Boston. Thanks again. Thanks, guys. Have a good night, everybody. This is Sonic Lobotomy signing off.
1, 2, 3, 4.